Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face and my card making space. And a couple of fun birthday cards using some of the Waffle Flower August 2026 release, which is, as always, it's so good. It's so good. I used a fraction of this release. There's some really cool elements, and I will do like future videos or live streams using them, but these couple little sets just jumped out at me, and I was like, I want to make some really fun, cute little birthday cards. So that's what I did. That said, I'll have a link to the release, always worth checking out. And then, of course, I will link to everything I used to make my cards in the description box below the video. My links are affiliate links. That just means that if you click on one of my links and end up placing an order, I get a little kickback from that at no extra cost to you. That is what helps, keeps the lights on, pays the bills, enables me to keep bringing out content. And yeah, let's get into making these cards. So I'm using the Cupcake background texture die, and I ran it through my die cut machine with some Neenah Desert Storm 100-pound cardstock. Love it. Love how it kind of pops everything out a little bit. Waffle Flower has done many dies like this over the years, and you can emphasize that if you want by, you could tuck little like thin foam squares, etc., kind of under bits here and there. I didn't do that, but it is an option. So I had run it through to add all that piercing detail, and then to add the color, I'm using the Cupcake background coloring stencil, which has like 3 layers for the cupcakes, and then the fun layer, which we'll get to. And I decided to use some Distress Oxide inks. I haven't used my Oxides in a while, and Oxides on craft cardstock. Love. Love. I also kept these simple. Just 3 colors. So picked raspberry, peacock feathers, and mustard seed for this card. And yeah. And I didn't use my Waffle Flower brushes because I have just a dedicated set of blending brushes for Oxide inks, because you don't want to mix your brushes between pigment inks and dye inks, because your brushes can pick up the pigments from the pigment inks and then transfer that to your dye inks, and it'll wreck your dye ink pads. So I have just a dedicated set of blending brushes just for my Oxide inks, because I don't wash my brushes. I don't have time for that. Don't care. And all my Waffle Flower brushes I use with all the various dye inks that I use. So for this, and for this I did it a second time, and for that one I did Wilted Violet, Worn Lipstick, and Cracked Pistachio. I was just having fun. And this is definitely one you could do, like, just a ton of them, just back to back to back. And yeah, just do different little color combos to mix it up. It'd be fun. So then, the fun stencil that does the confetti and the sprinkles. For this, I pulled out the Altenew Gold Glitter Relief Paste. Lovely. Lovely. It dries just gold sparkle, basically, when it dries. It's fabulous, and it doesn't take that long to dry if you apply it thin. I applied it fairly thin, and I think it dried for me half an hour max. It depends. It'll depend on your climate, how thick you apply, pace. Rule of thumb, give it a good half an hour minimum. Some places you might need a couple hours. If you apply it really thick, you might need even longer. But I applied it with a palette knife to both these backgrounds, and then cleaned off my stencil, etc., and then set them aside to dry. While they were drying, I took more Desert Storm cardstock, and I'm using the Your Day stamp set, or Your Day Sentiments stamp set. And I took this big It's Your Day, and I used my anti-static powder tool on the cardstock. And then I'm inking up and stamping the sentiment multiple times with just Versamark ink, because it is a large, like, there's a lot of solid area, and I would rather ink up and stamp multiple times to make sure I just get a good amount of ink down, because there's just more ink to grab the embossing powder. And with, solid images or really thick lines like sentiments like this, I would rather stamp those extra times to make sure I've got like a really good embossing powder coverage, so that it doesn't end up looking like patchy. So coated them with gold embossing powder, and then melted it with my heat tool till it was smooth and melted, tilting it in the light any dull grainy areas, which when I tilted it, I was like, ooh, there's a spot, hit it with my heat tool, and then you're good to go. And then the minute it's melted, pull away the heat tool, because if you overheat embossing powder, it will liquefy and start to sink into your cardstock. That's also a reason why you can get patchy looking embossing, is you might be overheating it. Because if you've got good ink coverage and good embossing powder coverage and it still looks patchy, remove the heat tool the second it melts. You don't need to overheat it, and because if you do, yeah, it liquefies, it sinks into the cardstock, and then it just looks ugly. So I set those aside. And then on my card bases, which are top folding A2 note cards, so 4¼ by 5½ inches, and also Desert Storm cardstock, I'm stamping more sentiments from that same set. I stamped the Celebrate You with some Nocturne ink, and the little You Deserve It I stamped with the Oxide inks, so the picked raspberry and then the wilted violet, like one for each card. And then I took the stencils, and I'm just going to stencil one of the cupcakes onto the inside of each card just to give it that little extra something. So I chose one of the cupcakes, and then I'm just using one of Waffle Flowers like stencil guides. I'll have a link to them in the supplies, just to keep me from inking where I don't want it. And then use the same colors of ink on the inside as I did on what will be the card front. So I had stamped the one ink, so in this case that was like wilted violet. So then I used the worn lipstick and cracked pistachio for the cupcake, and then the wilted violet for the sprinkles. And it turned out really cute. I was like, look at this cute little cupcake. So, and I did the same thing on the second card, and I'll show that at the end. And then for my main sentiment, the It's Your Day, I die cut it with a coordinating wafer die, and then I used the Oxide inks to ink up the mop. And embossed sentiments, images, whatever, will resist the ink. But when you're dealing with oxides, like all that ink, any ink would be sitting on top of the embossing powder. With oxides, it gets a lot messier. So I was like literally using a tissue and even my fingers just to wipe away all the ink sitting on top of the sentiment. And then it was good to go. And then when I was doing all my die cutting, I die cut scraps of the same cardstock so I can layer these together to build the dimension. So glued them together with liquid glue. I did 2 layers of the scrap die cuts behind each of the heat embossed ones. So I've got a little bit of dimension without creating like a bunch of extra bulk, because I'm going to pop up the backgrounds with some foam tape. So got those adhered together. I put instant dimension foam tape on the back of these panels so that these are popped up. Okay, just gives it a little lift, gives it a little extra something. So got these centered onto my card fronts, and then of course I'm going to add splatter. I can't help myself. So I'm going to put these in my splat box, and I'm going to add white and black splatter using just Hero Arts white speckle ink and the black speckle ink, and shake them up really good, put them on my palette, and then just add a good healthy dose of splatter. So added a bunch of the white, and then I added quite a bit of the black too. I couldn't help myself. Notice the theme. Oh, yeah. Okay, if you don't like splatter, you can leave it off. I love it. I don't know. It especially, like, I did good on these. You know, I didn't make any oopsies or smears or anything like that, but that is a big reason why I like splatter quite often, is it distracts the eye, or I can use it to strategically cover, you know, wherever I do end up getting an oopsie. So anywho, I let that splatter dry. After it was fully dry, I then adhered my sentiments into place. And once these are adhered, I just had to let the glue dry, and that was it. I decided not to add any other embellishments because we've got like the piercing detail and the color and the splatter and the glitter paste and all the things. Like, these were just fun. And like I said, you could do a bunch of these in just a ton of different color combos. Just have on hand, because, you know, it's always good to have birthday cards on hand. And then the little coordinating insides. It's just made me happy. And yeah, if you haven't seen the rest of the release, I highly recommend checking it out. The link is below. There's some good stuff. There is some good stuff. The birthday stuff is really fun too. You can't go wrong, but yeah. So I'll have all that info in the description box below. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me, thumbs upping, commenting, all of it. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all so much. And I will see you all very soon in the next video. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!